What's the deal, my people? You know what it is. The Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And if you're in Spain or a lucky Game of Thrones fan from Spain, you were treated to some shots that we have not seen here in the United States. But I have the pictures, folks, and I will break them down for you right now. First, we are treated to what has to be the field of fire here. And we see the Lannister troops, and it looks like they are throwing these arrows up at dragons. And as we can see from the fire right here at their feet, they were not successful. And as we see them get engulfed in flames, it seems to me that this is not a catapult sending fire at them, but this is Daenerys' dragons lighting them up on fire. So I believe that that is what's going on here. And we get a good shot of the mountain here. Listen, is that Valyrian steel armor? Is that a Valyrian steel sword in his hand? I don't know, but he does look formidable in it. I wish it was. And after that, we see a blurry picture, sorry about that, of Daenerys and Tyrion. Looks like they're walking through Dragonstone. We have seen this before, nothing new here. Finally, we get a picture of Jon Snow here, and what appears to be him beyond the wall and going to do something beyond the wall, going to have a battle with the White Walkers beyond the wall. And how many times did I say beyond the wall, goddammit? Well, this next picture, we finally see some success for the Lannisters. It seems like that they're fighting in Casterly Rock, and it seems like they finally have been able to fight off some of the Unsullied here. So I guess they'll have some minor success here, but we don't see a lot of it. But it's good to see a little bit here for the Lannisters. We see a picture of Jon Snow, King of the North. Nothing new here, nothing to say, but this is new. Now, this looks to be a battle on the boat, and we can see a couple of axes here, so I have to say that most likely this is an Ironborn battle. As we do a clearer shot of the axe going up there, this is the Ironborn. I'm going to say this is Euron Greyjoy. That could be Theon fighting with Yara, who knows, versus Euron and his people. And then we finally get a picture of Grey Worm, and he's got his hand on a Lannister soldier. You know what's going to happen to that Lannister soldier. We've seen Grey Worm with the dagger and what he does with the dagger. You get a look at the Dragon Queen in Dragonstone, ready to take her throne of Dragonstone, the only throne she's going to get. Trust the Don on that one, people. Trust the Don. We also see a quick look at Sansa Stark looking concerned in Winterfell. She's up to something. Then we see Brienne and Podrick. It looks like they're training in Winterfell. Good scene here. I'd like to see Podrick doing something, training, but I need to see him in battle. Then we see a little shot of Macy Williams. She says something in Spanish, but I don't speak that language. And then we see here the melting of wax. So this all only can be somebody sending out letters. It's red. I guess the color doesn't really matter. But I guess it's probably Daenerys. She's probably sending out letters to all the lords in Westeros, saying that she is here to take over, bend the knee as Aegon did. If you bend the knee, you'll keep your position. If you don't, I'm coming to take you. Fire and blood. I think that's what's going on here. We get a picture of the Hound, and it's a good thing. I like seeing the Hound, you know what I mean? He has a huge green screen behind him, so I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that this is probably a picture of the Hound beyond the wall, or doing something beyond the wall back then. We haven't seen a lot of the Hound this year, so I'm happy to see something. I think the person in front of him is not an actor from the show, just someone helping him get his costume ready, but it's a really good look at the Hound. I think he's beyond the wall at this point. We see Daenerys Targaryen with Tyrion, and I think that this is them when they're walking up to Dragonstone, when they have just arrived at Dragonstone, or they've been there a little bit and she has established herself a little bit. I don't know if she's really going to have to fight her way for Dragonstone. I don't know how much of Stannis' forces truly remain, that it's going to be some type of battle. But the battle that they seem to be focusing on is Daenerys' army of the Unsullied and the Lannister troops. Don't really see a lot of the Dothraki fighting in these clips, but we do see a lot of the Lannisters fighting the Unsullied. We do see right here talking about the Lannisters, Jaime Lannister, and he looks like he's in battle. Now this could be a battle for the Field of Fire battle, or this could be another battle, because we see in another picture that's about to come up that the Lannisters do seem like they may have a little bit of success for them in one of these battles. I think they may win one, and then I think they may lose. And then they may lose one. So I think when it's all said and done, the Lannisters this season will have 3 battles. I think they're going to lose 2 of the battles, and I think that they're going to win one of the battles. So I think they will lose the Castle Rock battle versus the Unsullied. That's one. I think they'll win one battle from the pictures that we've seen, and I think they'll lose again on the Field of Fire. I think that's how it's going to go down with the Lannister army this season. Next picture we see, again, as I said, they like to focus on these Lannisters fighting the Unsullied. I do believe that they are fighting here in Castle Rock again. As I said, the Lannisters is going to lose two battles. This is one of the battles that they're definitely going to lose. It looks great. The Unsullied look great. This is the type of fighting that the Unsullied were made for. I don't think they were really made for guerrilla warfare tactics. They're more were made for like defending castles, siege type situations where they can line up their shields and get in formation, and then they can do damage that way. I think that's why they got had a lot of problem with the Harpy, because the Harpy was doing a lot of guerrilla tactics to them, and that's why in the end the Dothraki came and took the Harpy out, because you know, the guerrilla tactics ain't gonna work versus the Dothraki army at all. You can't pull that shit on those dudes. Next picture we see is of the Lannister sign, sigil, or whatever coming down like we've seen it come down in Winterfell before, and this looks like it has been one of their successes, that they're actually successful this time. I think this is going to be the one time that they are successful. When we look at the rocks, we can see that they're not white, so this definitely isn't the same battle that we see them going through with the Dothraki. So this is definitely a different castle. If you have to guess, if I have to guess, you know, and everything else, and you're gonna put it on me to tell you what I think this is right here, this most likely is going to be the High Garden situation. I think that the Lannister army is going to take something from High Garden. I mean, the Queen of Thorns, she's probably going to get got. I think Cersei Lannister has debt to pay with all these people, and you know Lannisters always pay their debt. So I think that this is what this is we're looking at right here. I think the Lannisters have taken over High Garden. We've seen pictures earlier of them in a different castle, and I think the castle is definitely High Garden. I think that they seized High Garden. So I think that that's what we're exactly looking at this picture here. Next picture we see is, for some reason, out of nowhere, Hodor. Now let the White Hodor rumors start, because there's no other reason for them to show Hodor in this picture unless Hodor's coming back undead. So whoever has come up with the theory that Hodor would come back as a white, you might be right. I mean, there's no other reason I could see them showing Hodor unless he's coming back as a white. And maybe that's the situation. It'll be a very sad situation, bittersweet situation if Jon Snow especially is the one who has to kill him. It'd be crazy if somehow he comes after Bran and somehow Mira is the one to take out the white Hodor. That would even be a worse situation if somehow it was go down like that. Would Bran be able to war a white Hodor? That's something to think about. And then we see Daenerys Targaryen again. And I think, again, this is nothing special here, folks. This is her at Dragonstone. I think she has a lot to do this season, Daenerys. You know, I think we're going to see, obviously, she's the star of the show. But, I think that she has a lot to do physically in this series this time. I think that we're going to see a lot more Daenerys Targaryen than we're used to seeing. I think we're going to see a lot more in action of her on Dragonback. Like, usually we get her on Dragonback, maybe like a quick scene here, a quick scene there, but I think she's going to have those dragons in at least two of these major battles with the Lannister. Obviously, we've seen her with the Field of Fire battle. I think she'll be a part of that, and I also think that she'll be a part of the battle beyond the wall. So I think she's going to be doing two burnings this season. And last but not least, I think we have a picture here of the Night's King. So we have not seen the Night's King this season. I have not shown really much of him. I mean, we've seen him in the trailers, promotional posters, but we haven't seen him in actual action. And now we finally see him. And as you can see, it is very snowy when you see this man. Winter has come when you've seen this man. It's going to be a very bad situation. So when you see Jon Snow and he's in that situation with all his people and all that backs are to each other, I think it's got something to do with the Night's King. I think the Night's King got a bunch of whites chasing him down. But maybe not, because the way they're looking back like they can't believe what's chasing them. Now, we know some people have never seen the White Walkers that are on that mission, so maybe they're shocked, and maybe they didn't believe Jon, and now they finally are believing Jon. But I think it's a good picture of the Night's King, and I think it's a great thing of Spain. I think the Spaniards, you're very lucky to get it. This sets up the season greatly. But where's the American trailer, goddammit? I need to see something else, and I think one will drop. And if you want to follow me, please thumbs up this and hit that bell so when a new trailer does drop, you are able to get alerted when I do my breakdowns of these trailers and our pregame show, which will start that Game of Thrones day when it comes out that Sunday at 6 o'clock. We will be there from 6 o'clock to 8:30 pregame show. Every weekday, I will have different Game of Thrones channels on. They stay on with me for a half an hour, and then a new one comes on, a new person comes on, a new person comes on. If you want to see all that, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace, and stay sexy.